All right, so we got 171425 Lipton Street. That's where, I think that's in Century City. That's where he's a lawyer at. And he does shady deals, from what I understand, it for like child traffickers, drug traffickers, and all that. That sick shit. And they do child stuff and all of that up there in Malibu. It's a whole story. It's a long story short. I would be going for days on that. Anyways, with that being said, Saints trying to get me to, fuck with my memories, get me to forget certain things that need to be talked about. From what I'm learning, them motherfuckers snatched a soul piece of mine that Baron Samedi had as a sacrifice. Remember when I talked about losing the right part of my soul? He had it. It had a lot of my spiritual powers, blessings, and all of that. He had it. And they stole it, the Occalas. From what I understand, they were looking for a sacrifice themselves and become a god over somebody, even though it's actually meant to be a god. I'm not going to go into detail about that. But I'm actually more powerful than them, even though I barely have any consciousness left. Them niggas have to have roach attachments provide them their consciousnesses as per a soul contract they signed with them. So they sold their soul and eradicated their soul for superficial powers and talents that they could easily have themselves. And I have to physically, constantly defend myself from these things in the astral plane, from the entity attachments. It's disgusting because it makes you look schizophrenic. And that's exactly one of the curses that they wanted to prevail on me. Is make me look schizophrenic and have me homeless and looking like a bum walking down the street talking to myself. And with these roach attachments they done put in me, I'm damn near going insane and crazy with that shit. Along with nearly dying in my sleep. This is not just me talking boombast here. This is real. With that being said, they stole that soul piece and they saw the blessings, the deserved blessings that one spirit guide told me I deserved. You say in a bunch of prior incarnations, you work hard for this. You don't deserve to have this shit stolen. I'll never forget that. And that hurt me to hear that. That killed me. It's hard being the fucking underdog. It's hard. I have to watch I have to watch my fucking thoughts with these spirits, man, because my thoughts are they're fucked up because of these possessing spirits I got in me. And they have to understand that my shit's fucked up. I'm just around so many deceiving spirits, it's not even funny. So if I look funny, understand. Anyways, now, I did an article about this. They came to me in the spirit plane, actually in the house I was supposed to be in, offering me a soul contract. I knew what it was right then and there, and I say, bitch, fuck no. In the physical. That's when things went to shit for me. I was becoming spiritual at the time, and explain what happened. Baron Samedi, I was shown this through my third eye. I don't know how true this is because, like I said, I'm possessed. I got so many seeing spirits. I don't know what's going on. I was shown an entity attachment created of me, of a spirit guide of me, version of me, telling them too that telling them too that they have to give up their soul if they can't get my soul or something like that, and die at the hands of Baron Samedi. This is what I was shown. I don't know how true it is. If they took my soul piece, I kept getting different stories that they ran off with it, they ran away with it. they stole it, and Baron Samedi couldn't find them. I know they keep making it out like, oh, you don't want Baron Samedi to find you, gonna kill you. But really, from what I understand, they escaped with that soul piece, and Baron Samedi has been trying to find them in the astral plane. So I don't know what's going on. With that being said, they signed a soul contract to pretty much give their life and their afterlife away to Baron Samedi. If they couldn't sacrifice me or something like that. If they couldn't take me out. This is fucked up. With that being said, after a while, Baron Samedi thankfully evanesced. He evanesced from my timelines, from my life. He's still in the time. But he evanesced from my life. So God, not knowing what to put in his place, because at the time, like a baby consciousness. So you put little entity attachments, they call them roach attachments, with really, really beautiful timelines in place that I've been trying to get back, and I'm hell-bent to get back, now that I know better, now that I'm grown. Me and my spirit guides are grown. With that being said, the Occalas, this is how fucked up it is, and this is how unfair it is. Now, if you sign a soul contract, in this case, they bullied the higher self of mine, who was a baby at the time, a child. It's great power. I saw it. She was very tranquilized looking. Didn't know what was going on. They just snatched up. If you sign a soul contract, okay, if you sign a soul contract with a higher self, and in the soul contract, very, very unfair on one side, it basically says we get to come in and steal whatever we want from you. I actually had another spirit guy read it, really, really good man. He was a guru in his past life. He read it and he said, "The fuck this one?" So he shut that shit down. They say we get to take whatever we want. You tear it up. We keep whatever we took from you. They hounded. I saw them kidnap the child, the higher self. They hounded her and bullied her into a soul contract, and she gave in and got put in the hell realm immediately. Where she is, I believe, to this day, I think. With that being said, I got a visit from them. I'm going to show you the article. Back in 2014, 2015, I got a visit from them in the astral plane, in which they came with a skeleton. I forgot the name of the skeleton. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it was of, I believe, somebody's former spirit guide, maybe mine, that was burned in the hell realm after they signed a soul contract with him. Supposedly it's a murder or some shit like that. I don't know. They like to trick people into soul contracts and put them in hellish scenarios to get them to sign another soul contract and then kill them in their sleep. They're evil. They're completely evil people, and they need to be taken out. Anyways, they came to me in the astral plane. I talked about it in a blog video years ago where I talked about how they came to me in the astral plane with very, very, okay, in one of my past lives, in the prior one before this incarnation, I was Vietnamese. And I had a Vietnamese ancestor. He was wearing like the little black trousers and all that, like they did back in Vietnam, showed up and was escorting me through China. He was showing me China, ooh la la. Next thing I know, we visit these homes that are like beautiful, like stately mansions that are on Capitol Hill. I'm sensing like politician with all of this. With that being said, it feels like Massachusetts for some strange reason. We slow down and we see these mansions. I see checkerboard floors. Woo. So at one point, I see a picture of people shaking hands with a skeleton. I said, "What the fuck is this? This is some Illuminati shit. I don't fuck with that. I'm not selling my soul. You're not getting that." Not realizing I was just dealing with two fucking low ball ass players that really, I mean, they got money that they stole from other people, but they like 2-bit hustlers in the spirit game. That's how I see it. Because they can't even think without their roach attachments. You disconnect their subconscious, them niggas like, you disconnect their Nazi mental in the back of their head, they like, they don't know what to fucking think. They can't think without them things' permission. I can, but they can't. Them niggas are parasites. My ancestors was showing me that the other day. I don't respect a parasite. I hate a parasite. With that being said, I feel them rearranging shit on my consciousness right now to fuck with all my shit. With that being said, I say I'm not doing this shit. So my poor Vietnamese past life ancestor uncle looks at me with reptilian eyes. His eyes turn reptilian. I'm like, no, we're not doing this. I wake up with a hole in my third eye bleeding. Show you. Not from there begins the escapade of dealing with these evil ass motherfuckers. From what I understand, they befell a curse on me. Like they kicked it into full gear in 2015. I started seeing giant fucking cockroaches and shit because they had stuck me in the roach room at the time. At around that time, I started to become spiritual, and I went from being of the total light side to all of a sudden I forgot what was the catalyst for this, going towards the dark, like the occult side of it, because I wanted that soul piece back. I remember, having a fucking astral vision where I wasn't even asleep. I was astral traveling. And from what I was told, they were trying to get my soul even then, where I was trying to go to sleep. I had a picture of my brother behind me, and I couldn't sleep because he was a restless spirit. They had him. Later on, my grandmother and my grandfather on my maternal side trapped in hell realms where they had my poor grandfather, a very pious man, getting pumped up with fucking cockroaches, whatchamacallit, to a wall. Trying to fuck with my timelines right now. I don't like this boss of shit, especially when you ain't the boss of your damn self. When you ain't the boss of shit. Now, with that being said, them motherfuckers, let me go into detail about it. They fucking with my consciousness right now as I'm trying to articulate all of this shit. It's kind of hard when you're dealing with this shit. This is going to be a long-ass video, too. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. To make a long story short, I remember a giant spider trying to come in. One of them works from the arachnid. It's Nicholas Bearden or something. And I remember seeing my old teacher of mine's a priest on the whatchamacallit, on the roof, right from across the street. One building's across the street. And he was trying to come down and help me out. And I saw 3 black women. I don't know who they are, the fates or whatever, who were like, we got to help her out. I don't know what they were doing. I have no idea what they were doing. Yeah, my shit compromised. I'm trying to see what. Something like an orange color on top of my crown chakra. Now, with that being said, even then, from what I'm hearing from the spirit guides and all of that, even the roaches themselves, they're saying that I was in trouble. I'm going to say right now, it's fucked up to say, but the only guideline I had at the early days of the curse were the fucking roach attachments they put on me. That's the only motherfuckers that was helping out. And that's sad to say. That's how little help I had spiritually. My own enemy was kind of helping my ass out. Even the entity attachment would try to help out in his own way at times. The Alley's motherfucker. They fucking, my conscience is bad. Sorry about that. Now, with that being said, I wanted to become whole again. When I would do YouTube videos, because my consciousness was split in half and I was so fucked up in the head and people couldn't physically see it, I was able to later on get it back and cleanse it. Ooh. I called myself worshiping saint. Now, I'm trying to remember exactly what was going on, but I remember praying to Satan and making a deal. And in exchange for, I'm trying to think of what it, I think it was blood or something, some stupid, it wasn't a soul, we weren't going to do that. It was something stupid. I wanted my soul piece back. The next day, I felt whole and I felt different. Turns out I inadvertently made a deal with what they call a Reese and Reese Corporation in the astral plane. With Alex Nascimento, with them two, the Occalas, which I didn't intend for. I thought I was making a deal with Satan. I had no idea I was making a deal with that. With that being said, I never agreed to that shit. Y'all saw that? With that being said, from what I'm understanding with the curse, they took all my large blessings but left me the fame. That's why I had like a small modicum of fame on the PCH as a topless lady, but I didn't go far financially. I, couldn't get any gigs, to do not necessarily porn shows. Not that I even want to do that stupid shit. That's not me. From what I know about myself, through self-discovery, that's not me. That's not what I was meant to be. But I was told that a neighbor of mine, the bald-headed girl that used to live on my old block in Wilshire, she's now like a very high-level prostitute. And I was told she took some of my spiritual abilities. I don't know if I believe that shit. Now, I know they told me that her higher self is a demon. But one thing they told me is that she went to a tarot card reader to see why is it that this girl's kind of semi-famous on the PCH, but she ain't making bank. And they told her because I was under curses. I was a sacrifice. I don't like that shit because I never agreed to any of this shit. That's like somebody politicking behind your back about your life and making determinations and decisions about your life without you having a these things are fucking with me, without giving you any, allowing you to have any input in your own fucking life. I don't like it, and that's what it really comes down to. So with that being said, I had to learn all about frequency and shit throughout this whole thing, and had God himself come in and say, y'all doing too much, because nigga, you ain't helping. So I have to do what I got to do. And this shit got so many layers to it, it's not even funny. So anyways, from what I'm now later understanding, my consciousness totally changed. I got a lot darker. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was actually making sacrifices for the Occalas. They were the ones getting the blessings while I was just getting the spiritual abilities. And not even really that. They were getting the sacrifices. Not that I even wanted that. That shit was going to them. And I was made to be the pariah Woken motherfuckers on the PCH, never mind the fact that people did do something. These motherfuckers just go around putting curses on people, these types of curses on people, and steal people's spiritual powers and blessings. The same shit that the CIA works with. When you wonder how somebody can die in they fucking sleep, have their consciousness wiped clean, their memories wiped clean, that's what these roach attachments specialize in. Driving you insane, that's what they do. They're working with that. Now, with that being said, it took a lot of trickery. But the higher self of mine was able to find out the soul contract. And he looked at that and said, this is the most one-sided. Who the fuck would get the fuck out of here with this shit? He told that shit. He said, bitch, you don't get the fuck out of here with this shit. He said, hell no. I'm not down with this shit. I'm looking at this. You ain't even offering a bitch anything. You just taking the motherfucking blood. Bitch, you might as well go rob a bank in the astral plane, nigga. Go do that. The way they work is they put that Alex Nacimiento entity into your consciousness to pilfer you of your blessings and keep you stuck to the curse. I had to extricate him last night. Me and a bunch of my spirit guides are still standing. We had to get him out. We had to get that wet buck, as I used to call him back in the day, out. That, what they call him, a beanbag had to go. Like, what the fuck is a beaner doing running my fucking timelines? You a beanbag, bitch, you ain't black? Get the fuck out of here. Now, with that being said, there was another soul contract. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. There's so many layers to this. It explains why, like, especially at the beginning of the curse, I had no fucking spiritual assistance whatsoever. The shit was designed to be against me. I had what you call sacrifice angels around me at the time. They got removed from my body, the original ones, and then theirs got placed in to pilfer me of my spiritual abilities and blessings. And let the curse occur. Right after I removed an entity attachment that Alex Nacimiento entity attachment had placed on my crown chakra. He raped my brother. I heard him one night when I was in jail. Him and that Barbara entity attachment, roach attachment. Shit, I've been having a fucking whooping cough because they fucked up my solar plexus, my chest. They got me so near fucking dead to the point where I've just been fucking sick for no fucking reason. And I heard that these motherfuckers are even trying to get me expunged from this homeless shelter and have me on the fucking streets. It's evil. It's a very evil curse that I'm under. That's why I'm going to keep being public about what's going on with me. So anyways, I'm trying to remember. There was another soul contract. Oh yeah, I already talked about it. It's crazy because when they tore up the sign code, when my spirit guides tore up their soul contracts, them motherfuckers kept putting entity attachments in to have them sign fake ones. It was fucked up. So anyways, I'm now learning that these evil motherfuckers, through their entity attachment, place themselves as my higher self so that they can pilfer me of my blessings and spiritual abilities and powers perpetually. And I'm fucking mad about it. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I was crying early on in the fucking video, because let me tell you how deep this shit goes. So anyways, these evil motherfuckers started giving my blessings away for $1, for money in their pocket, to various people, various celebrities who wanted it. One of which is Tim Burton, who I saw in the astral plane as a pedophile. Another one is Isaac Mizrahi. Other one was Madonna. She tried doing that shit where she made herself my higher self in my consciousness and all of that. They all energy vampires. Mizrahi got like a leprechaun as his higher self. To get rid of him, you stab him in the heart. the heart chakra or the heart, the physical heart, in the astral plane with a silver sword. They set me up in the worst way to be a sacrifice. And I heard from their own roach attachments that whenever people would talk about me with them, they would say, oh, she just a sacrifice. She ain't shit. I want to kill these niggas for this shit. I really want to fucking kill them because this is the most evil fucking shit you can put on somebody. I don't deserve this. My parents, who they put through hell, don't deserve this. Nobody does. But the worst person who pilfered a lot from me was Zendaya. Now, remember how I used to talk about the young lady who supposedly died in her sleep August 22nd, 2022. Remember how I used to talk about how I died in my sleep August 22nd, 2022. I remember. I think that was true because I'm going to tell you something right now. They showed me being taken out of my body. And then I was shown that but they kept saying my whole soul consciousness or my whole soul consciousness, something like that. I remember that night, so-called Rosie's timelines. I'm going to tell you how elaborate this curse is. Were slapped onto my back. All right. All right. Zendaya was the worst. I remember waking up that morning after I was told by the roach attachments that I died in my sleep. I didn't believe it. I got drunk that night and died in my sleep. I was living in a homeless shelter at the time. My luck had been bad ever since they put that shit on me in 2016, 2015. Lost my apartment, ended up in a string of homeless shelters, etc. I remember having an entity slap somebody's timelines on me on my back. And then I woke up the next morning and I saw in the astral plane through my third eye that I was no longer in my body, it looked like. And on top of that, I was shown that I'm trying to remember. Okay, I went to the liquor store to buy something. It wasn't liquor this time. And when I went to the liquor store to buy something, the guy who runs the front counter, very, very level-headed man, reasonable man, said to me, Raven, I got a call early this morning from somebody who sounded exactly like you through static, which is a sign of a ghost, saying help me. I later found out that was my soul consciousness yelling out for help. I kept getting fed the storyline that a white girl from Destrehan, Louisiana, Victoria, Terrea, some shit like that, signed a soul contract with the Rainas, the Occalas really, to be taken from out the roach realm and be placed in that body. Deception is real from what I'm hearing in the spirit plane right now. So anyways, turns out that's not true. It's actually Zendaya's ass. I kept hearing all throughout this curse that it was Zendaya that represented the Z and E. Remember when I used to talk about E and Z and all that? I don't know how true that is. I believe that's corporation, the astral plane. I don't know. To make a long story short, all right, so with that being said, because this is fucked up, I never consented to this. I even say don't, no soul contract. How the fuck this shit happens is beyond me. Like, I just got set up by God big time to fucking fail. And that's how I feel about it. It's just big, orchestrated, huge fucking cosmic mess that I'm in. And it's none of my fault. It's none of my parents' fault. None of my family's fault. When you have a curse on you, especially this magnitude, you can't do shit until you get that shit lifted. And with this one, it's highly technical. You got to use frequency to defeat it. And you got to connect dots. You got to be a detective to defeat it. So with that being said, I remember while I was in jail being told by this Rosie entity attachment. It was a little white girl who pretended to be nice to me with her family. They all looked like down and out fucking losers. They were telling me, you have to sometimes be a sacrifice. Then later on, I saw Rosie and her family signing a soul contract. A soul contract. To get her out the roach realm and put me in that motherfucker to the energy harvest off of. All throughout the day, in my own consciousness, I kept seeing all these evil ass people and wicked entities try to make my parents and me, myself, and my brothers a sacrifice. And that's exactly what happened. I was told that in the alternate timeline, supposedly my parents died in their sleep. They got pulled out of their bodies and placed in the hell realm. And I did witness that with Nicholas Bearden, the evil Native American Malibu shaman who lured them to a Roach Motel hell realm to kill them and keep them stuck there. And I saw their bodies, their lifeless bodies, that were filled with fucking cockroaches trying to escape every fucking day. That hurts. My parents don't deserve that life, and I don't deserve that outcome. I'm too smart, I'm too spiritually powerful for this shit. But I'm not gonna lie, I need help. Right now, I'm being fucking royally by these evil things. So anyways, with that being said, I had to do everything on my own. No spirit guides, no higher selves helping nobody. This is evil. I'm on my own. I had no help, none. So with that being said, they're trying to make me do something that's gonna fuck me up and keep me from getting my blessings back right now in the spirit plane. So just mind me if I am like. So anyways, to make a long story short, I don't get all this hostility from all of these entities. I just don't fucking get it. I did nothing wrong to these motherfuckers to deserve this. This is just demonic what I'm going through. You're sitting up there talking about David Rain, a sacrifice is coming. These things have been trying to sacrifice me in my sleep and all of that. So anyways, to make a long story short, this is evil. This is pure evil. I'm gonna just start dropping names and all of that, especially Baron Samedi at some point, his real name. because of all of this shit that he got me in. Even them little roach spirits kept saying all throughout, Baron Samedi got you here. Baron Samedi got you here. It's all his fault. Evil motherfucker. So anyways, with that being said, Zendaya was one of the people to go to them and pay them, the Occalas, to steal my blessings and timelines, where I'm rich and successful. All because Baron Samedi blocked me from being able to get mine. They told him, "Oh, she a sacrifice anyway. She ain't gonna do shit with the blessings." Even though I was never gave them my consent to give away their shit, my shit, and I was under fucking curses. Like they said, I was a sacrifice. How can I do anything with my blessings if I'm being blocked by my supposed higher selves and my supposed spirit team? Anyways, with that being said, this is evil. This is pure fucking evil what I'm dealing with. Anyways, with that being said, they're trying to make me forget shit. All throughout all throughout this curse, I kept hearing Zendaya, Zendaya. And they kept telling me, don't mention Zendaya. She's gonna do a movie deal with, some idea I came up with, Astro World. Don't talk about it. Like, fuck it at this point. I'm just gonna do it. Because this is evil. Now, this is what I wanted to get on. Now, I'm writing an article right now. I know it's next to impossible to escape this curse because they have set up as your spirit guides the people who sacrifice you, your enemies, your ops, who want to sacrifice you and steal your spiritual abilities. One of which was an entity attachment, the higher self of a woman called Gloria Benson or something like that, who was established as my higher self, who was that food selling lady on PCH who did not like my black ass whatsoever. Now, I noticed that in my part of the spirit plane, in my consciousness, I had nothing but fucking roach attachments and still do that are fucking diabolical and set straight up towards against me and are designed to be against me and to fuck up my head and to steal shit from me. One of which was Tim Burton. He was established as a spirit guide to be placed in charge of my consciousness. I had spirit guides that were of the people that sacrificed me, that were set up to be, key pivotal people to go to for spiritual help. I'm telling you right now, man, I have no fucking chance with this curse, not on my own. It's all enemies on all sides against me. That explains why, when in my own consciousness, now the timeline, when I got thrown out of my body, when I got thrown out of my consciousness and placed in the roach realm of my consciousness, they kept making it out like, oh, it's a parallel universe, woo woo. See, it's a very advanced curse. What I'm trying to get at is they place roach attachments of your ops and shit in your consciousness. Now, with that being said, them two, a spirit guide and the higher self, were looking at my parents in the roach realm and they were laughing. My family, my ancestors, they were all thrown in the roach realm in my consciousness. And they were all laughing. Again, I never stood a chance against this curse because I never had any spiritual help to begin with. From what I understand, Zendaya was supposed to be a flash in the pan and not go anywhere. That bitch was not supposed to be huge. But she stole my blessings. And some spiritual powers, a higher self. with the collusion of these evil people without my consent. Now, I kept getting fed this story about this timeline with this white girl who took over my body. Woo. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what to believe, but I don't think I can subscribe to that after what happened tonight. A couple of months back, I was about to be sacrificed. I heard Alex Nascimento outside my window say, "Hey, bitch, what's up?" Actually, it was Dax, which is his opposite. It looks just like an entity attachment that's meant to look like David Rayner, or what is it, Ethan Occalas, which is supposedly my higher self. He came in through the window to make the sacrifice. Now, to make a whole story short, this is evil. This is evil what's going to happen to my spirit guides, my higher selves, my real higher selves, my spirit guides, my spirit team. Is killing me. The utter unfairness of it. So with that being said, from what I understand, all these evil people, them 3 celebrities I made, colluded together to put me in the hell realm in my own consciousness so that they can energy vampire off me and hook up to me and drain me of my spiritual gifts and blessings. My intelligence and diet did that. My knowledge, my abilities. That's why I should be acting pro-black. Personality. I actually felt it one time when a really nice spirit guide actually went into her timelines to take my shit. And I felt my timelines in her body. And I did just recently. Went to pull that shit out. This is really fucking evil because I had no say-so in it whatsoever. My higher selves had no say-so in it whatsoever. My spirit team, my real spirit team had no say-so in none of this shit whatsoever. That it's analogous to being the odd person out in some major important life decisions that involve you and talking about you, and you have no part in it. So all along, this bitch has been draining me of my spiritual abilities and powers. Now, I used to remember, I used to have astral visions of being in a big house and all of that. Woo, woo, woo. That was supposed to be me. Zendaya took that. My parents got sacrificed. I remember all throughout the beginning of this curse, they kept talking about sacrificing your parents. Sacrifice your parents. They got to be sacrificed. They got it. She set that up as an agreement with the Occalas so that her parents can come up. I was a sacrifice for her. And it's not the first time. I actually saw Patti LaBelle woke me out of my blessings in the spirit plane. Because of these evil ass motherfuckers. That's why I'm trying to assemble a spirit team right now that will protect the living fuck out of my blessings and never let my shit go. Because this is evil for me to be getting energy pilfered off like this. Part of this curse was meant, like one of the curses they put on me was to have me be driven insane and end up on the streets in the tent, homeless, muttering to myself, and a homeless drug addict and alcoholic. Those were some of the curses written on me as part of this curse. Now let me get to this. They place fake spirit guides that's meant to be the higher self of yourself when it's actually theirs. Now, one night, I came to the conclusion of the revelation that is Zendaya. The minute I did, I heard that Rosie entity attachment because they place roach attachments of the people who want to harvest, energy harvest off of you in your body. So you never break free of the curse. I heard this. When I mentioned Zendaya, I heard her say, damn, she found out. It was something I said that served as a major revelation of that. I forgot what I said. And next thing I know, something changed. I think I got some of my timelines back or something. I'm not really sure. But anyways, all I know is that the odds were set against me by very jealous, evil ass motherfuckers who played major decisions in my life. And never let me have a say so. I'm all fucked up now astrally because I have had no spirit team to protect me. I only had one Ryan Nye spirit guide, and that was all I had. Only one spirit guide that helped me. And my ancestors. I give credit to my ancestors, both the white and the black. Egyptians. Jews. Jews came with the Baba Yaga. They did what they could do. They were the only sincere ones. The other motherfuckers, higher selves, except one. I don't trust them. I love Goddess Kali. She actually placed them higher selves who were laughing at my ancestors being stuck in that hell realm. Me and my ancestors. She put them in hell realms. Goddess Kali don't play. I love her. A lot of people love her. I'm put in a situation where my consciousness is so fucking chaffed to the point where I can't fucking think a thought without it physically affecting something in the astral plane where it's disastrous. And I'm pitted around spirit guides that don't understand that and don't try to put protections in place to protect themselves as well as me from that happening spiritually. I didn't ask for none of this. I didn't ask to be made a sacrifice. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Them roach attachments that they put on me are a little known secret in Hollywood of how they run. That's how they be stealing people's, like the next up and coming biggest thing. They be using roach attachments like this, like what they got in me, to steal movie ideas of lesser known people, to steal the knowledge of other people, to spy on people for remote viewing. All throughout this thing, even though I'm still in the physical body, they kept proselytizing and talking about reincarnate me. All throughout this thing, they've been trying to reincarnate my consciousness, my fucking spirit team's consciousness, spirit guides' consciousnesses. I didn't stand a chance. I didn't stand a chance, and that explains why I'm just living in the hell realm where I'm surrounded by evil spirits that just feel entitled to take every fucking thing off of me and have me look crazy. All these evil ass people pilfering and prospering off of my blessings, what God gave me. And I feel like I don't have any God-given protection in place to protect it. I really don't. Who would allow this shit? This is a mess. My poor brothers, my poor mom and dad. This is a mess. This hurts so much to see this. It hurts where I'm at and where I should be. All right, with that being said, I never gave these fucking people, I don't really get this for the life of me. I never gave these people permission to have control over my life like this. I tried to get back that original timeline, and I'm finding out in the astral plane that I just got placed in a bunch of hell realms. Again, frequency is your friend, and you can always get your shit back. But with these people, just like one guy was saying, they, as part of these curses that they put on you, these sadistic ass people like to do a lot of shade and fraud. But I'm not down with the shit. As a matter of fact, from what I just heard, they were saying that, if I do another video, they're going to trap all my family and ancestors. A lot of that shit's just in your head. Like I say, I mean, it's real. It takes place in the astral plane, but it's sadistically evil. Very, very evil. Extremely evil. With that, there's always the infinity symbol. If you go through, in physics, they talk about the event horizon. If you go through the event horizon, these motherfuckers off my motherboard, bang it out. That's all you gotta do. With that being said, this is evil. I don't fucking. I don't forget. I don't get it. I don't comprehend it. I don't get it for the life of me. These people are fucking parasites. You kick them out, then they come back. You kick them out, they come back. It's something about their nature, their innate nature. When they became one with these parasites that they're working with. Now, anyways, with that being said, I saw on the astral plane. Now, with that being said, it's insanity. It's really, really insanity. I never gave these people permission to have control over my life like this, like a giant fucking child, to be able to make moves with my own life like that. I don't like that at all. They were intending on, okay, I woke up this morning to find out that they put me, my ancestors, my family, and all of that through what they call a washer. It's that reincarnation matrix cycle, but it's all in your consciousness, in the subconscious. And they did it because I tried to get that timeline back and tried to get back into it. With that being said, I don't really get it. I never gave these people permission to, give away my timelines and have control over my life like this. to be treated like a little child and have people control my shit. This is why, I try to stay in the spirit world as much as possible. I never gave these evil motherfuckers I never gave them permission. I never gave these entities and these motherfucking physical bumps permission to have control over my life like this. I don't get and understand how these motherfuckers can be able to pull it off. From what I understand, they like to have total control over their victims. I'm not the one. They can't do anything to me. I have God's help to some degree. So they can't really do shit. They can torment me in my consciousness. They can try to come close to killing me, but they can't do it. As a matter of fact, I was having a dream about having because these people, they're really big on setting tone for your life. Having not a Porsche, but an old Mustang, driving around with that old but nice looking new Mustang and driving past the graveyard. Like, I'm not gonna make a deal with you. Get the fuck out of here. Their intentions is they want to keep me from getting back the blessings that their clients stole from me. And like I said before, I never gave these people consent to do that. I never gave that entity Alex Nascimento. It's like this. Never gave him permission. I never gave any of these evil ass spirits permission. So with that said, I'm gonna keep doing these videos to put spiritual eyes on these people. This is sadistic because I've never done anything to these people. And their intentions for my life is to end up becoming paranoid, schizophrenic, homeless, perpetually, permanently on the streets, living from homeless shelter to homeless shelter. So that they can reward my evil fucking their evil clients. But again, I never gave these people consent. I never gave them permission. To be able to have control and just give away my blessings and shit. That's the whole reason why I'm fighting these motherfuckers and fighting for my life.